welcome to my vlog. Today is May the 30th, it is Monday, and I thought I might just start a vlog of my experience of Bout of Books readathon. So the first thing I want to read is, continue reading, is the chess and is this book. This is a buddy read between me and a cousin from Always Doing. We have been having fun reading this book and we are currently in chapter 10. And this book was only... My cats are fighting behind this bookshelf, so you maybe heard something, and that's them. And this book is only like 13 chapters, so we'll be finishing this book this week because we are reading like one chapter per day. And the other book that I want to finish is this, which you have no idea. This is The Swan Song by this author, and yeah, this is a book that was longlisted by the Women's Press for Fiction. I have been doing so good with reading the long list of Women's Press this year, and this is one of the longest book in the pile, so I really want to finish reading this week. And I will also read some other books, so I will talk to you when I'm reading them. And now I'm going to enjoy my watermelons and also my reading. I have finished today's chapter and I have some mixed feelings. Hi there, as you may already see that I have just recorded a booktube video that I thought I might just check in for the vlog. And I have finished reading today's sections of The Chrysanthemum and The Sword. Yes, I learned how to pronounce that. Maybe not perfect, but I learned. And I have talked to cousin about it. The book was very interesting at first because you got to see a lot of things that were culturally different happened in Japan. But within times, you got to feel the outdated feelings of this book. And also, you got to feel that she just repeat herself a lot. So that was that, but the discussion was really fun. And also I wanted to talk about the result of my bookshelves reorganization. I have finally organized my bookshelves. They have been messy for half a year, I would say. If you have followed my Instagram story, you will see the process of me organizing my bookshelves. And also I organized my studio, so now the background of my studio is presentable. And later on I'll need to drive for more than an hour through the traffic to go to my Norwegian class. I'm now debating on whether I will listen to An American Marriage or The Silence of Girls. These books are both longlisted for the Women's Press for Fiction, and I need to start my new reading. I think I'll just do a quick check-in as I'm putting some books away, and I am joined by my cat Roman, and he is one of the sweetest cat in the world, I think. And these are the results from my bookshelf reorganization. With the booktube fashion, I may be doing a little bit unhaul and talking about why I'm getting these books away. I have Exit West here, which is the book that I read like a year or 2 years ago. This book was longlisted for Did it win the Man Booker Prize in 2017? I forgot, I'll check and put the results here. And yeah, I do not like this book. I think it is way more abstract than I expected. Oh, and also I got here All the Ugly and Wonderful Things. This is the book of the month club books that I got. I believe this is the first book, and I joined the subscription because I thought it will be a good way to expand my reading horizon. That was not a good idea. I still have a pile of books that I haven't read and haven't got time to get to, and this is one of them that I don't plan to read. I got this very gorgeous, pretty edition of A Tale of Two Cities, but I have like 2 copies of this book. This is one of my favorite books of Dickens, and I really love the book, but I don't need to copy. And another copy I got was in the set of Charles Dickens Penguin closebound fancy edition. So I need to donate this, and I hope it will find some people who really love the book as well. And I also got this Snoopy books that I don't know, I have it for years, but I haven't read it back to back. I read some stories of it. When I was applying for college that year, we have a huge exam in China, and we have to prepare it for like the whole entire high school life. So on the couple months before my big exam, I borrowed Snoopy from my city's library, and I just sneakily reading Snoopy because you're supposed to study all the time at that time. And yeah, so Snoopy has a special spot in my heart. However, I don't read it anymore, and so it's time to let it go. So now it's Sunday, and I just think I'll do a quick review of my reading week and talking about the 2 books that I finished. Firstly, I finished the buddy read with Cousin, The Chrysanthemums and the Sword. And this book is I have so many thoughts about this book because when I first get into it, I know it's a non-fiction classic. And you know, the attitude towards reading classic is that you suppose it is a great book, but this is not the case. This is an extremely outdated book, although we learned a lot from the book and also from our experiences of our buddy reading, but I still feel this book have a lot of its flaws. And because of this study was did like 70 years ago, so a lot of the things or the methods of study a culture or the society is out of date as well. So you'll see a lot of stereotypical opinions from the author to the Japanese society, which makes me feel very uncomfortable. And this is that, but I think if you want to know more about Japan and more about the root of their behavior, this is still a book that's worth reading. And the other book that I finished is The Silence of the Girls, and I have to say I enjoy that book so much. It is another mythology retelling, and I think I might have enjoyed it more than Circe. So I think that speaks a lot because I really liked Circe. And The Silence of the Girls are talking from the human being's perspective, not from gods compared to Circe. So there are a lot of emotions that you can easily relate it to, and because it has 2 narrators, one from the first person of one of the humans in the Troy War, and the second perspective is actually a third-person narrator, but it's mainly talking about the things happened in all the men's at that time. And I think it actually made me quite difficult to get into the book at first. So I listened to that on audio, and I re-listened the first 2 hours audio like twice. But after the second time, I was hooked. I was deeply connected with the characters and also the plot, and I just cannot stop listening to it. So I really love that, and the review of both books I think will come up soon on my channel, so stay tuned for that. And speaking of other things happened this week, yesterday it is a rainy Saturday and we went to the art museum to see the exhibition of Monet. This is my third time to see that exhibition just because we have the membership and it is free for us to enter, and it is Monet, so we just went multiple times. So I'll insert some clips that I got from yesterday's museum visit, and it was so lovely. I wanted to take a walk around the museum after the visit, but unfortunately it was rained, so I can only show you the paintings by Monet, but it is still a feast to your eyes. I think I love them so much.